Well, let's see then how it all shakes out between these two. Off we go then with ArdaGolaaazooo and UDI.
Hi, my name is Arda. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Turkey, and I will be representing West Asia region in the Inter Milan club finals. For me, being in Milan means a lot because I have passed in this city, and I also represented Inter Milan before 3 years ago. So winning this club finals would mean a lot to me, and representing Inter Milan in the World Finals is a dream for me. I have been playing eFootball since 9 years. My first game was Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. I prefer to play in an attacking gameplay because I always feel safer when I can score more than compared to the defensive gameplay. I believe my toughest opponent will be Henriquinho because he also played for other club final, which might mean that he's already experienced in the club events, but this doesn't mean that I'm not capable of winning it. It means a lot to me to play for Inter. It's my favorite team in Italy, of course. I represented it before. Make sure to support me for my family, friends. I really appreciate them, and I'm sending my heart to them, and hopefully I will make them proud.
こんにちは、私の名前はウディです。日本から来ました。東アジアの代表として今回インテルミラノの大会に出ることになりました。よろしくお願いします。インテルミラノで出場することは、小さい頃からの夢でしたし、私にとってインテルミラノは、とても大きなクラブで、本当に好きなクラブなので、その代表になれるかもしれないというこのチャンスは、逃せないので、今回も頑張りたいなと思います。明日はもう優勝すること、ナンバーワンになることしか考えてないので、頑張りたいなと思います。勝てると思いますし、勝つために1年間練習してきたので、過去は世界大会でも優勝してますし、もう一度勝つだけなので頑張りたいなと思います。私にとってフットボールはもう昔から子供の頃からやっているゲームですので、ここまで応援してくれた皆さんのためにも頑張りたいなと思うので、日本の代表として頑張りたいなと思います。応援よろしくお願いいたします。
Tunnel now, and for one of them it is going to be do or die here at the club finals from all the way back in 2023 when that man was crowned world champion. We haven't heard too much from him. We've been waiting for his return in this type of environment, and now he needs to prove, Alex, exactly why he was crowned world champion.
Indeed, that's the moment. That's the moment. Champions has to appear, and this is perfect momentum for UDI, for the Japanese to prove it. In front, ArdaGolaaazooo, such a big talent, recent star. Well, not that recent star, he's a star already at the eFootball, but we are always asking more from him. He was a former Inter Milan eFootball pro player back in the time. Now had the chance to represent Inter as well at the World Finals. And you know what? He has to be there to prove it again why he is such a good player. Different story, difficult situation as well for him. He hasn't played any game already. UDI comes to have finally the last 15-20 minutes in a way better performance as we saw in the early path of the game one. So that could be positive. We'll see. It's not easy to be on the skin of UDI right now. It's like a lot of mindset, a lot of things running over his brain. Keep the same formation, change formation, change maybe some in the advanced tactics, advanced instruction. Maybe my opponent now will know how to block my fullbacks. Maybe he don't. You start to think too much. Sometimes you overwhelm really deep in your mind, and that's really negative.
the worst thing you can do at this stage. And Udi will know he has to stick with exactly what got him this far. Great to see ArdaGolaaazooo back as well, the young man from Turkey.
We want Golaazoos or no?
We
Please.
can just call him Ardo.
No, I mean Golaazoos is what we say when you just
we'll
kind of
say we
super
could.
goal.
If he scores, of course, Udi will be hoping that's not the case. But the man from Turkey, we remember him, of course, from when he made his debut. 15 years old for the very club
That was
of which
crazy.
shirt he wears right now, Inter Milan.
No, exactly. And it's a guy that is not fully into the competition scene. He's mixing with his university. We said before, he's studying right here, that close to the venue in Milano. He's from Turkey, but studying here in Milano. And it's such an interesting story, like how the player has to develop themselves, their career professionally outside the video game. That's really important, because at the end of the day, studies is really, really important nowadays, but as well, to find free time, Harry, to play your matches and eFootball, because you never know, maybe one day you could be right there as the players representing, or with a chance to represent such an international, amazing and big club as Inter Milan is. And look at the tactics. Interesting information by ArdaGolaaazooo. The same already for the moment so far for Udi, which with Hakan Çalhanoğlu as Lani keep on that positioning, and we'll see if that left winger from ArdaGolaaazooo can block those runs for Dumfries, I guess, which is the man that will face off. It's time to go. It's time to see a potential semi-finals, to be honest. And then it's a final. They have to do their best. And let's make the best win.
Well, I can't wait for this one. 11-year age gap between the two. But all is the same in the eFootball server. We are ready to go. ArdaGolaaazooo against Udi. You can see how the console group table things are as they stand. Udi needs to win, and he needs to win well. He will be in the changed white strip. It will be the 18-year-old Turkey International in the home strip, as you said, just a stone's throw from his home where he's studying here in Milan.
Nice build-up.
That's really nice.
One.
It's very nice. It's Thuram! And it's ArdaGolaaazooo!
I mean, was a lovely combination, especially the position of the midfielders of Arda with Zielinski as a left winger. He's having such a big superiority to turn, to pass, to make runs, and accumulate as many players as he did. Look at that. That combination, easy but effective between Marcus Thuram and Lautaro, with that finishing the Frenchman, Marcus Thuram, taking the lead.
It's not just a 1-2, it's a 3-4. And then the finish by Thuram just compounds the misery for Udi. It has not been his day so far.
No, especially with the cursor. He's not finding the fast enough to switch cursor to the right defender to be on time. He's quite late. We'll see. It's just the beginning. But same feeling so far from the champion, from Udi.
So in the opening 5 minutes, Arda scores first. And he looks very comfortable here with Lautaro Martinez. As you rightly pointed out, Alex, he represented this club for around 2 seasons, I believe. So he knows it very well. Knows what it means to don the blue and black shirt.
Much better combination now from Udi, having the superiority for Federico De Marco in the left-hand side, looking for the cross! Here it is, no! Great save!
Necessary save.
First time he found solution from the left fullback, Federico Di Marco. And that could be one of the keys now.
Mistake.
Some big mistake from ArdaGolaaazooo, conceding a corner kick in favor of Udi. That need to approach it.
Çalhanoğlu looks to be towards the back post. There was a few white shirts in there. Bastoni. Dumfries into Thuram. Really nice turn. Oh, manual save.
Now some net from ArdaGolaaazooo, which is having a hard time with that strong pressure from Udi.
This first 15 minutes has been so exciting. That's a bit of a mistake, though. Not the first today from Udi. Needs to try and take better care of the ball, especially in those positions. because that's how he conceded 5 in the first half of match number 1. Here's Lautaro though, looking for the man. It's Thuram.
And it seems to be an effective way to finish his chances. UDI finding once again Marcus Thuram, which for the second time in a row wasn't able to put that header into the net. Great reaction, way better. It's now time for Arda to suffer a little bit back in defense. But by the way, still positive for the man from Turkey with that early lead in front of such a big player that needs just win for his chances to go through.
20 minutes gone, and both of these players have local ties, both to, well, where we are right now here in Milan with ArdaGolaaazooo studying here, but also you have to think Tokyo. UDI from Chiba Prefecture. It's in the Kanto region, just east of Tokyo, so the World Finals would be just around the corner from his house.
A World Championship final that this time will be slightly different, and we will invite all of you guys to follow it later on this time. But now it comes the chance
for a second.
No, great block, Bastoni, and another mistake for UDI.
Can't maintain possession.
But solving that mistake with Bastoni once and again, but missing that pass. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, the anchor man, special card for. Oh, look at the pass.
Oh, that's really nice. There's Lautaro trying to feed it back across. And it's Thuram again. So much patience and vision. And it's Thuram doubling the lead for Arda. It's another golazo for ArdaGolaaazooo.
No, it's a super golazo from Arda. Look at the replay. That extra press from Lautaro, making it like a sweet over the foot of Marcus Thuram. ArdaGolaaazooo putting some advantage, some massive one, 2 goals up over the Japanese, which is over the edge to get eliminated from the competition.
Half an hour gone. It is ArdaGolaaazooo 2, UDI 0. Chance here at an attack. Can't get it past the defender. He will need all the support that Japan can muster with UDI. He's into the box now with Lautaro. This could be a chance. Mkhitaryan fires it in. And he gets one back. Henrik Mkhitaryan.
He's back on track, Harry? He's really back on track. Even if the feeling defensively is still really bad on him. Offensively, it's a different story. Compared to game 1, he's finding solutions. He's finding this man, Mkhitaryan, really easily. Mkhitaryan with counter target is putting some difficulties over the defense of ArdaGolaaazooo. And look at that pass back from Lautaro. Great finishing. Just 1 goal down. That means the chances for UDI aren't over yet.
Just completely lost his marker in the box. And Mkhitaryan gets one on the board for UDI. Sets us up for a bit of a brawl here between these two. Nice read. 10 minutes until half-time. Pavard just a bit too strong on that challenge. The referee will reprimand him for that.
He said the referee, no more, no more. 10 minutes left. And UDI with that long ball looking for Thuram, winning the header. Lautaro! With that strong clear, Arda, which doesn't want to concede any big mistake back in the defense. Now starting with Marcus Thuram that can't find anyone to go through. Finally, yes, Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan maybe trying the long ball. No. Great block. Çalhanoğlu, which is a really special and important card here for Inter Milano, which is now Lautaro. Harry, let's see if we have any evidence of an improvement from UDI defensively.
5 minutes until half-time. Çalhanoğlu, controlled of course by his countryman ArdaGolaaazooo.
He's taking his time. I love to see that. He's pretty smart.
Cross to Thuram. Has a lot to do from this position. Benjamin Pavard is
Great
coming
defense.
across, wins the ball back, and now can start to maybe try and turn that
be one of
defense
the last
into
one.
attack. Mkhitaryan up to Marcus Thuram. Çalhanoğlu's joining the attack here. Half-time approaching. Look
Again,
at this, DiMarco. There's so much time for him to try and get a cross in. Hachan Çalhanoğlu will recover, beats his man as well, and here's that stunning cross.
He tried. I was almost connecting the cross. The low cross with
One
sometimes
more.
is perfect in the condition.
One more attack as DiMarco again with that purple power bar, but UDI will end the first half with a flurry of attacks, but a 2-1 deficit.
But look at the stat, just 2 shots on target, 2 goals for ArdaGolaaazooo, 4 shots for UDI, which is finding a really big solution right there in the left-hand side with Federico De Marco. And is Arda just blocking very well Dumfries, but it's not finding solution to block those run by De Marco, which is being, let's see, the key so far of the attack.
Dumfries on near side. Thuram down towards Lazaro, it's wide.
Nice play.
But UDI ending the first half in the same way he just started the second.
Crosses,
Attacks down the wing, and those crosses, as you say, Alex.
If he starts to connect it and to be more precise, more accurate, he can turn over the score 100%. Nice way to regain the ball.
Arda giving the ball away. Mkhitaryan, scorer of UDI's lone goal in this game.
I was expecting more control, more possession from UDI. He's quite aggressive in the way he want to go through over the pitch so fast. I wasn't expecting that from what I saw in the training. And but yeah, you know, different situation, and he needs to score. He needs to go for the win.
Nice play from UDI. Gets it to Mkhitaryan. Çalhanoğlu.
Nice prediction by ArdaGolaaazooo with Bastonin, and now creating, going high up the pitch and try to connect with his center forward. Meantime, Çalhanoğlu winning some time with some calm, trying to build up his play, accumulating, moving from left to right, but not enough this time. Time is running almost on the headline in the moments where substitution could appear, but now is UDI trying to go forward.
We're approaching the hour mark, and we're just looking for that game-changing moment here soon. Substitutes on the bench maybe starting to warm up, as it's the time where subs can really make an impact. Arda here with Zelensky, and Barea outside, turns wide and tries to find Lazaro. Can't quite make it there. UDI living dangerously. Here's Mkhitaryan. Back inside to him now, Çalhanoğlu. Couldn't quite cancel that input. Straight into traffic. It's got a bit messy and scrappy here in the last 5. Many turnovers.
This is the typical moment where we are about to see something explosive, but for the moment, no control, no one having a great action into the game, no combination at all. But Arda on possession. Arda trying to get uncomfortable his opponent, when now wonderful shoulder charge by Aslani. And now they start the counter of UDI that need to score as soon as possible. Predictable and defended by Arda, but losing quickly the ball again.
That can be really dangerous. Mkhitaryan tries the 1-2 with the Lazaro.
Look at the ball, eh? Oh, that back heel.
Improvised.
Pass.
And he wins the ball back actually with the tackle off of Dumfries.
Nice super cancel.
Zelensky. Can he find a blue shirt? Yes, he can. It's Marcus Thuram. What a save!
That pass back for the man running the second line was simply lovely. That pass, this one from Zielinski for a Marcus Thuram in a perfect spot. Harry, but with the manual goalkeeper, this time UDI in the right choice, in the right position, waiting that shot.
Seeing UDI opt for Martinez in goal
Di Marco for
instead of Jan Sommer.
Arda, and also he will get closer, he will compact a little bit his midfield. He getting Davide Fratesi. For UDI, we got Zielinski, Fratesi, Nicolo Varela, and a left back to join the attack, Carlo Augusto. So no more Federico Di Marco for UDI, and now all the attack will go through Carlo Augusto, as we see only going with one full-back offensive. The champion, the Japanese, UDI.
Following the pause and the substitutes, it will be a corner on that far side to ArdaGolaaazooo. Currently in control of the game, but only by one goal. It is in towards Thuram. Punched away. UDI surviving and on the ropes here. His tournament life hanging in the balance.
Oh, nice ball.
Through is it to Correa? It will be another corner.
But better header by Bastoni, avoiding that Pasu making through. Another chance for Arda. Maybe going in short, maybe not. Looking for Bise to win the header. The pass back. Fratesi with the shot.
Oh,
great save.
Another save. What another great save. Pushed round the post. It will be what feels like the 1000th ArdaGolaaazooo corner.
Fratesi, who scored recently a really important goal for internationally.
Another corner, this time headed away by UDI. He's under siege here.
Still the pressure, eh?
And a draw wouldn't really do him much favours either.
Good moment so far for Arda to finish the game, but now the reaction can't happen already.
It's just pinned in, there's no outlet for him. Can't get this ball
Another
out
goal
of his defence.
Will be the end for UDI in this competition. UDI, who hasn't connected with any single action passes in the last moments of the game. Still the pressure. Is Marcos Thuram inside the box?
Got the
Thuram.
Who can he find? Who's there? It's only the goalkeeper.
Oh, the mistake. He knocked it in the first.
UDI is living so dangerously.
8 minutes left. Now, finally, the time for UDI to go hype up the pitch, to create a good chance. Fratesi winning the support. Correa, the pass in. Bastoni.
But a reminder about UDI's goal difference. He lost his first game by 4 goals, so a draw would almost not be enough for him. You'd
not
be expecting Henriquinho to do him a favour.
Exactly, Harry. But at least, better a draw than a loss. That will automatically send it out of the competition. Still time. Nice change of play, looking for Carlo Augusto. They haven't touched the ball already. Seeing the substitution. Nice, lovely combination. Fratesi looking for Correa.
It's offside anyway. In the 90th minute. Oh,
1 millisecond late
to stay down.
That pass. UDI playing offensive, Arda defensive for those last moment of the match.
Let's see what the number is.
You need to keep this possession, or to do exactly that, clear the ball.
Only 2 minutes added on, and I don't think there will be enough time. Certainly not for a win, but this will be the last chance here for UDI to salvage anything from this game. He's given the ball away. And Arda can clear the ball, and Arda will win the game. 2 goals to 1. The 18-year-old who made his debut for Inter Milan 3 years ago at the age of 15, puts 3 points on the board.
Massive big save for Arda, chances here in the competition today. We saw a better version for UDI, but definitely not enough for him to make it possible to force a draw, to get a victory. And at the end of the day, those momentums are not in your favor, when you have not the feeling. Let's get the replay. The first goal here from Arda. UDI wasn't already feeling the cursor pretty well, coming late in every single action, every single pass from Arda, and that makes it so simple for ArdaGolaaazooo, that who approach a great start of the game to hold the win, to hold the score, and to bring a massive 3 points for him today.
That is exactly what it is, a massive 3 points. And it took a little while before we saw UDI really settle into the match. This one probably the pick of the bunch in terms of a team goal that we've seen so far today, and we've seen plenty of goals today. Thuram turning that one into the net to give Arda his 2nd goal. And UDI knew he would be facing a big challenge. Henrik Mkhitaryan, a few moments later, would hit that first-time strike and find a goal back and a glimpse of hope for the 2023 champion of the world. But it just was not his day. The day, in this match anyway, belonged to ArdaGolaaazooo. Just 18 years old, but he would love to represent this club once again. Was unfortunate in the end to not come away with more goals. We're seeing this late flurry. I think the last 10 or so in-game minutes, there were about 3 or 4 different opportunities for a goal. Another one, a third for Arda, but in the end, Semra, he comes away with the 3 points, and I think that's what he'll be most happy about.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, it's interesting how a world champion has been dispatched by 2 different competitors today, and I think that it really speaks to just how players have actually evolved over the last couple of years in such a short amount of time, just how competitive everybody has become and how high the level has become as well all across the planet. ArdaGolaaazooo certainly proving that to be true today. The young talent, 18 years old from Turkey. Alex, let's hear what he has to say about getting those 3 points on the board. Things are looking very good for him to be in the grand final later on.
Here we are with Arda, the winner of the match, number 4. Some beauties, golazos you gave us in the match, well enough to get the 3 points. 3 points that are massive for your chances to get into the grand final. But how was? We saw you quite nervous at the beginning to hold the control in defense as well for your opponent. How you are right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty great since I got the win, and it's awesome to start the journey with 3 points, especially for group stage. It's really important to qualify for the finals, and my opponent played pretty well. He was also close to score. Maybe at the end I could have scored as well. I had some chances, but the thing I can do is to finish my chances next time. Hopefully I can play way better against my next opponent.
Again, that will be really, really important, but mostly for me the important is what it means to you to be wearing again this jersey, these colors after your experience playing for them in the eFootball Pro. Let us know what it means to you to win today.
Yeah, especially with Inter representing after a long while, it's an awesome feeling, and I hope if I can win, I will represent this team also in Tokyo. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I will do my best to get the job done.
It's great to know there's the thoughts for ArdaGolaaazooo. That now we move on to the upcoming games that, we still more to play, but Arda in a look shape for the qualifier to the grand final.
Officially is already in the grand final, isn't he? Because UDI has no points on the board. It means it's just him and Henriquinho. So I guess actually in that final match of the group stage, it's going to be really interesting as a precursor of what is to come between the two of them, because they will meet again in the grand final. So that one, certainly keep your eye on it, because it will be a very tasty appetizer as to what we can expect then in terms of which one of those two are going to be heading off to Japan. As Alex rightly said, however, we do still have plenty more to look ahead to, so don't we get stuck into the next match and see what it is that we can expect, because actually Frank, to be frank, unfortunately, is already out of contention. So that means there are 2 spots for 3 players left. So
3 into 2 just doesn't go, Semra. That's the unfortunate reality of the situation for our remaining mobile contestants. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the group table has stacked up, because as we saw before that match, the young Georgian coming through and doing a fantastic job, winning 2 of his 2 matches so far. It is an impressive performance. I don't want to say we underestimated him coming in, because quite frankly we didn't really know what to expect, but I think now he's made us all sit up and take attention and realise that this guy's the real deal.
We saw more packed the scene into console compared to mobile. No, definitely the Georgian is showing that up, that they're still quite open to reach that level that fast, and to be here emerging, performing in front of the lights, in front of everyone looking at home. I wanna make sure that at the end of the day, those topics, people talk about like the calendar. We saw UDI that sometimes play 2 consecutive games are positive. You win first one, but then if you don't perform that good in the first one, you have no time to really react. I think he has to be disappointing, but at the end of the day, we need to mention that no one has to be disappointed to be here, not to perform, to not to reach the final, to not to be at the World Finals. Just to be here is such a difficult achievement, but obviously for a guy who has won the World Championship, for a guy who his goal is just to be for second time World Champion, we can understand really his brand right now for sure.
Well, don't rule him out for next season because you just never know, of course, what can happen a year from now. But we do have our next rivals who are ready and locked in the tunnel. Let's have a quick glimpse as to how they're shaping up ahead of their next fixture. It's Frank, as we said, who unfortunately is already out of the competition. But Patuksan, well, he still has an opportunity here. And talk about someone who had the opportunity to analyze the video footage, to go back over his performance, having lost that opening match. Still no point on the board if memory serves me well. So he does have a slight opening to get something here today, which would still keep him alive in the possibility, in the realm of actually reaching the grand final.
Yeah, indeed, and we don't know the result that went down between him and Sakti. So for all we know, there could be everything to play for here. We could see either of these two really just go out and play for pride, or there could be something at stake. We're looking forward to seeing great eFootball action anyway. eFootball Mobile always has fast, frenetic pace. The timer goes very, very quickly, so you have to be clinical, and that's, I think, what these two will try and do here.
Well, hopefully at some point we'll be able to get a look at the group stages and just kind of see where we're at with all of those points. But I think for now, we are actually just going to continue to roll on into our next match and focus on what is going to happen here between those two then. So let's go ahead and get to it with Frank and Patuksan.
Ready to take his seat and put on the best show that he can. For Patuksan, the second time we're seeing him, of course, second time we're seeing both of them take the stage, but all the way from Argentina, we cannot understate how impressive it is to see this man come all the way here, having come through the gauntlet in round 4. The likes of Rental, Lamti, Lux, La Casa, El Misterio, Mendonça in there. It's a tough region. South America is proving to be one of the toughest eFootball mobile regions, Alex.
No, yeah, definitely. Every country right there, the community tournament as well. It's giving a big impact from the landship to the develop of the region star that we are seeing here at the official competition, performing and showing their dreams to one day becomes the best player in the world. And this game, at the end of the day, is always important. No? When you play on stream, everyone expects you to win. It's a unique opportunity. No one wants to lose in front of your family, friends, fellow mates, rooting for you. And that's a great opportunity for Germán from Patuksan, the Argentinian, and Onyx Frank to show a great version of the cell, or why not, the best one, no? So I'm really looking forward to see a great version from Frank, even if his chances are down into this competition, to show why he is Onyx Frank. No, and on the opposite to Patuksan, nothing to lose, allows to win. We repeat many times this sentence, but that's really the reality, no? At the end of the day, his first appearance, we wish of many in the upcoming future. And why not? To get through the grand final, Harry, it's a massive opportunity for him.
It is the beauty of how young of an eFootball mobile is. There's always names for the future that we're going to be on the lookout for. Patuksan and Frank, of course, too, in front of our very eyes now. We will see exactly what they can produce for us. Indonesia versus Argentina. It's going to be a great clash of styles, I feel. And I just want to come back to Patuksan, of course, all the way from Argentina. You said it, Germán, is starting since August 2024. I have to keep reiterating how crazy that is. It is crazy to play 1 month after a world champion was crowned, to then fast forward to this qualifying and in round 4 to beat the world champion. That's an insane turnaround in your first year of competing.
No, definitely. No, at the end of the day, it's not easy to repeat at the World Finals. In the background, in the history of the World Finals, normally players qualify to the World Finals 1-2 years because, you know, it's the momentum of your career as a player. But to keep there at the World Finals every single year, as we saw for Torito and such other players, this is simply impossible. So, I mean, I had my momentum as well. I had my years when I was a pro, and that's it. But you can't. It's not possible to keep such a big career. And yeah, happening the same in mobile. Even the champions are struggling to qualify every single year to the World Finals. The process, the qualification system is so tough, and only the best can go through.
Only the best can. And as you can see, they are eagerly waiting for kickoff here. Just taking moments to compose themselves. It's one of the most funny feelings, isn't it, Alex, when you're up on the stage? It feels like an eternity when you're up there, but then afterwards it feels like everything went by in a flash. And probably partly due to the fact 2 trophies are sat in between you and your competitor, just as a reminder of exactly what you're playing for.
No, exactly. Let's see now if what I wanted to see now is Germán, no? If he can have a better version of himself. We saw him on the stage in his first game. He wasn't quite nervous, wasn't that confident to combine, to connect with his fellow teammates in game as he usually do. And that's the visible thing, that you need to get the courage, you need to get that confidence, that experience there in the stage to overcome your opponent and play your game style. And that's really difficult. Same happened to Onyx Frank, which we were all expecting a lot from him, and at the end of the day, it's not that easy. Expectations sometimes are really heavy over the players. They are really young, and you know, it's not easy to deal with those situations. We'll see. It's pretty interesting to see what's going on. We are almost ready to go in this match number 5 of the day, the last one on mobile platform before a potential final later on. But guys, let at home, let's learn a lot of stuff to catch, to learn, to get from this match between these 2 fantastic players, Frank for Indonesia and Patuxent, the Argentinian.
You can see they're just preparing now their team lineups and their tactics, ready to do battle. I personally cannot wait. These 2 have proven time and time again. I mean, just to get to this stage, as you were alluding to, Alex, it's so difficult to qualify for a club event finals. I mean, there's only 6 events in a year.
Really interesting. Patuxent has put 2 tight markings on the strikers of Onyx Frank. It is pretty amazing. It's almost mirror formation. The only difference is Correa for Patuxent joining the attack as SS, and Onyx Frank using an AMF, but that formation pretty similar. Bielinski for Frank and Correa for Germán, and it's time to go, it's time to fight, it's time to go for the victory and set the 3 points on your leaderboards. Here we go.
Hello everybody and welcome.
Here we go indeed. It is Frank against Patuxent, who has a chance, the Argentinian, still to qualify for the final later on. Frank, sadly, we've waved goodbye to him already, but he will want to prove to the Garuda Nation at home that he is capable of doing the country proud at this type of event. It is Frank in the home strip, Patuxent in the all-changed white strip.
But now, Frank losing the ball quickly. It's Patuxent on possession. Varela looking for the pass of Dumfries through Marcus Thuram, but Bastoni for Frank. regaining that ball, missing that header, could catch it Kuran, no, Barella, Zielinski. Bad timing for that pass, when he's back to possession, the Argentina. Mkhitaryan looking for Matteo Darmian, that we haven't seen so far already in this competition today. It's a really intense battle in the midfield to get the control of the ball. But that mirror formation, either of the players using the same tactic, is blocking the passes line so easily. Aslani! Great block.
Really good block. Whenever you see that purple power bar, I always say it, you know there's going to be some venom behind the strike, so the block needed to be made. Corner. Here to come. Patuksen, who will no doubt be wanting to push the pace here. That's 5 white shirts to aim for in the box alone. Can he find one of them? Bastoni. Oof. Wide. Just seems to be a nervous energy here in the studio, as there often is towards the latter stages of the groups. You can see exactly how the groups have played out. Oh, Bastoni has to head that one away towards Dumfries. Correa heading it on to Zielinski. Lautaro Martinez. All the way back to Jan Sommer. Oh, that's a big mistake though. Marcus Thuram is through and he will score. Frank capitalising on the mistake.
Yes, indeed, a huge mistake. You wish it not to happen on you, against you, in such a big stage. And it really happened. That's football. Well approached by only Frank, taking the lead. Let's see the replay. The pass back. The heavy control.
Heavy touch, and Thuram stayed on his feet and with balance.
The experience will let you know to not to control, looking to the opponent's goal, just to control to the side, avoiding exactly that. Difficult to expect, sometimes happen. Goal approached by Frank. Marcus Thuram putting over the net. 1-0 for the man from Indonesia.
We saw quickly there in that passage of play the results leading up to this point. I believe Patuksen took down Sakti 1-0. So Sakti, who took down Frank in our match number 1, will need a favour from his countrymen here. And so far so good for the country of Indonesia. Denzel Dumfries. Lautaro Martinez. This is good build-up from Frank. Marcus Thuram. Mkhitaryan. Time for the Argentinian to, well, think about getting one back. Offside that time, though. Time for some changes, Alex.
Some changes. Someone is not looking that comfortably. His formation, it seems to be the Argentina, where now it's Frank that thinks that even winning can push way more with that new tactic 4-4-2, having that close connection. Fratesi, Zielinski on top as a AMF, and 2 DMF for Barella and Çalhanoğlu. That special card that led Çalhanoğlu to be DMF with game style anchorman, which is clinical and the most important for a DMF so far in eFootball.
10 minutes until half time. 1-0 to Frank. And he's looked very comfortable here. Certainly looks to have put the previous 2 results in his group behind him as he takes the stage to try and help out his countrymen. Elsewhere, Sakti hoping that Frank can get a result here. That's for Patuksen is trying to build, and Lautaro has time and space, and that's all he needs.
It looks simple for the Argentinian, on hands of Argentina. Well done. Patuksen couldn't equalize it. What shot for Lautaro Martinez. That changes to Henry. That changes to Argentina. I will let you know. It's a plus. Well done. Equalize it. A new match starting from now. It wasn't the perfect positioning to score, quite far. One of two defenders in front, but nothing for Jan Sommer. Calm celebration so far.
It's all square just before half-time. But there is a chance for one last attack as well. Bastoni and his teammate there are playing hopscotch.
Chill, guys.
And there is the half-time whistle. Frank 1, Patuksen 1. The Argentinian with the Argentinian scoring just before half-time.
And once again, only Frank, which leading, went back to a new formation, which seems to be not working, and he's back now. Who's his initial formation? A lot of things happening in the mind of Frank. Switching that many times, not that common in eFootball. It's time to go. Offertesi to the left side. Is Varela to the right side? We'll see. We'll see. The Argentinian who comes with the need to win the game and probably force his chances, increase his chances to get through the grand final.
Second half underway. Patuksen in the white strip, attacking the right-hand goal here early on. Zielinski to Çalhanoğlu. Patuksen almost waiting for his runner there. Almost had enough time. Confirmation of that goal just before half-time by the Argentinian. As for Frank, he's starting to build up some nice play now. Sommer for Patuksen has to clear the ball up the pitch. It's been a bit of a scruffy 10 or so in-game minutes. I'm not sure which one that benefits.
This normally happen in the second half, exactly when the game is tied as it is right now. And now the chance comes up for the Argentinian. It's Joaquin Correa, another Argentinian showing up there from SS position. Still not enough. 20 minutes left now. Onyx random possession now. Putting some pressure to Argentina to regain the ball, but it's impossible. Finally, yes, Benjamin Pavard now quickly going up at the pitch with Lautaro Martinez with a run of Joaquin Correa. Bastoni.
Smartly across. 15 minutes left. It's poised on a knife edge here.
And a draw that will put the Argentinian with 4 points. When now he wants for more. Correa with the pass in. No, blocked by Carlo Augusto. 4 points virtually now for the Argentina. When now got the counter. Marcos Thuram, Zielinski, the pass back. Yes, he scores. Oh, Nick Fran, the man from Indonesia, leading match number 5. When everything looks like was the Argentinian getting closer and closer. That counter. Well approached by Frank to put again. For second time this match. And just 10 minutes left, Harry.
He said last year, I was there watching the World Finals. Sadly, once more, he's having to play bridesmaid here. That's why you see the muted celebrations, but for Patterson, he knows. He knows this was a result that was within his grasp. And we'll have to wait and see what happens elsewhere unless we can see a goal in the final 10 minutes.
All the 5 substitutions made. Still 1 left for the Argentinian. No, finally 5. Yes, Don. That has to put something else on top. Switching the positioning of his striker, but still with just 3 center forwards and 1 SS. Offensive for Mkhitaryan. It's kind of interesting because Mkhitaryan, as DMF, has advanced instruction as offensive. I don't know if it's a misclick or maybe it's a trick that he want to use it right now. Patrick Singh, we'll see. Kick off for him, kick off for the Argentinian.
And it is Frank who's scored most frequently in this match, with that 1 goal advantage and 5 minutes remain on the clock. Frank has the ball back here. Vataro skipped past his man. There's blue shirts arriving here as well to maybe secure this result. Arnautovic turns back to Mkhitaryan. Pass is unsuccessful that time around, but there's only 1 minute added on here for Patrick to try and fashion one last chance. It's not forward enough for the referee, and Frank has won the game and played spoiler here potentially.